How you going? You hanging in there through day whatever of quarantine? The whole world's in it. We're all in it. So what's going on? Our mind's kind of racing. We're thinking of past trauma events, things that we should have said, shouldn't have said, could have said, shoulda, woulda, couldas. We're thinking of people. We're thinking of things that have happened to us, that might happen to us. We're anticipating things, which is really never a good thing to do. You can prepare, just don't overanalyze, because that's when things tend to get a little bit anxiety-like. I'll make this one a little bit longer, and I'll delve a little bit deeper into a little conversation I was having with a couple of friends of mine yesterday, and we were talking about, you know, how while we're all inside, we're thinking about, like, you know, there are people that are quarantined with their husbands, their wives, their partners, their kids, and some of us are alone, and some of us with family, with friends, blessed enough to be able to have technology where I can speak to whoever I need to speak to and whoever I'd like to speak to, depending on the time difference, of course. I am Australian, I'm not in Australia. Very homesick, and also very grateful that I am in the position that I'm in right now, where I have residency in another country, but I'm a citizen of a couple of others. So, you know, I try to keep it light and try to keep it positive in these times. It's really important to be gentle. So what's one thing that we all, well, most of us like to do when things are going a little bit wrong or a little bit tough, or right now horribly wrong, is self-sabotage, because we're bored. No, it's really hard, and you're making things really hard for yourself. So sabotaging may look like going through your feed on social media and investigating old relationships where things went wrong, and you're going to tumble across things you don't want to find, or you're going to tumble across things that you need to find. You may not want to, you do need to. So what happens then when you're alone and you find these things and it is 2 o'clock in the morning? Not that any of us really have bedtimes, and if you do, good on you. It's really healthy. Try to keep a good bedtime. But for the rest of us who are still up at 3 o'clock in the morning doing whatever we're doing, it's not going to help you. However, in saying that, it could. So here's where I'm getting at. Self-sabotaging is something that people do when you're bored. It looks like, you know, looking for trouble, basically, or having negative thoughts, negative actions, and they lead to just to negative patterns, and you're not breaking the cycle. So you may go on and find out that somebody that you used to talk to, or an ex, is now with somebody else, and you're going to feel that sting. You may find out that you're being cheated on because now your partner is not here. Where is he? And you found out because you did all the investigating and went through this person's, you know, page, and this one and this one and this one. You did the digging, and now you're at the bottom. You feel like you're at the bottom. So the thing is, when you have a heartbreak, or when you feel that hurt for the first time, it's kind of like when you're a kid and you get sick for the first time. You got to build that immunity. Now, you have to build that immunity. Otherwise, this pandemic, it's going to continue to happen every few years, right? So you build the immunity, you don't get it again. Or if you do, you know what to do this time. You build the skills. You know you have to have a tissue box, you know, vitamin C, whatever it is, if you get sick when you're a kid. Similar thing. You find out something bad. Somebody's cheating on you, somebody's dealing with somebody else, they're not who you thought they were. Build that immunity. Get through it. The worst thing you can do is lie down. Woe is me. Why me? What did I do? It's nothing to do with you. You are amazing. You probably saw a few little red flags and you pushed them aside because you thought, this is going really well. Do not avoid the red flags. So now that you know what this looks like, now you know what this horrible feeling is when you feel worthless and you're like, oh my God, they really went and did this to me. Am I not good enough? No. You're more than enough. The issue is they're not ready for whatever it is, they're not in the same headspace. It's nothing to do with you. You are enough. Now is the time to work on you. Now is the time to sit there and remind yourself of how amazing you are, and be really, really kind and gentle to yourself. Really kind and gentle. This is the time you really need to look deep into you and say, you know, I did this and I did this and I'm this. Yeah. You did really good things. You've done really good things, and you're going to continue to do really good things. Do not let somebody break you. Do not let it break you. Build your immunity, get stronger, so that next time you feel a little sniffle coming. I really shouldn't be talking about sicknesses during this time, but the flu is, you know, a thing. The general flu. You're going to know, okay, well, I need to drink more tea. I need to have some vitamin C, and I need to rest. Don't go out for a run at, you know, Fahrenheit or Celsius 4 degrees and think you're going to get better. No, you need to rest. You need to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, which is exactly what you need to do in these situations. Don't go and self-sabotage when you're bored. Take care of yourself. And if you have any suspicions that things aren't what they are, listen to your gut. That's the main thing. That's going to tell you the truth if you feel sick or not. Not here, because this overanalyzes, and not here, because it's emotional. So just take care of yourself. Make sure that you're your first priority, because if your cup is empty, you cannot pour water to anybody else. There's a drain. It's going through the bottom. Make sure your cup's full, and then you can start giving out water to other people. But until then, everyone's not going to be getting a drink. So make sure you are your first priority. You take care of yourself, and you push the rest to the side. There's nothing wrong with you. Self-sabotaging is normal. Try to lessen it. It will become a habit if you lessen it. When I say it becomes a habit, you'll get used to, oh, I feel like I want to do this, but instead I'm going to do this. Something nice for myself because I deserve it. Okay? Be your cheerleader. Be your best friend. All of that information that you know all this. You've probably told this to about 20 other people. Now you need to practice it. There's no point in telling everybody what to do, and you're sitting there not doing one of the things that you've told everybody else to do. You know all this information. It's innate in you. You need to take care of yourself. It's nothing to do with the other person. Oh, well, I'm going to do this because then they're going to... No. They don't care. And you need to not care. You need to care about you. You're number one. Number one. And only one. Okay? Just try it. Give it a try. Try not to self-sabotage for one whole day. You don't need to go looking and investigating and, stalking for information, because you're going to find something's going to hurt you. And in the place and in the case that you do, use it as a defense that you're getting stronger. Now you know how to move. Move forward in a more strategic way. As far as I see a red flag, I'm out. Not everything needs to be a red flag. You can question some things. You don't need to assume. But just know that you're building immunity. You're getting stronger. You're not getting weaker. And if this pattern keeps happening and you keep seeing the same thing happens with these guys or these girls or these people, whoever you're with, now it's like, what am I doing that I'm bringing in this energy? Because you don't think you're worth enough. You need to know your worth. Know your worth. You're so much more than another stepping stone to somebody else. You're not a time filler. You're not a seed filler. You're not a bed filler. You're so much more than that. You have to believe it though. It's useless if it's just coming from me. So I'm going to end it here. If you have any questions and inquiries, or you feel like somebody needs to hear this, share it with them.